Hello everybody, apologies for the vertical video. If you watched my last video to the end, you heard that I had some GoPro issues for this weekend of racing. Unfortunately, for all of the other races that I did that weekend, it's just going to be the helmet POV. Luckily, this is also a good chance for me just to try it out and see how I like it. So, this does mean that I did a couple of alterations to how I display information for the race. Since obviously all the racing action's happening on top, I put all the information on the bottom. Let me know how you guys like it. As far as picture quality for the videos, there is the issue of just a tint on the video because I was wearing a tinted visor, so you see that tint in the video. And since I also wear glasses, you see a reflection of my left lens on the video, so those are some things to keep in mind if you do go with a POV camera like I did. Another thing to keep in mind if you like to edit your racing videos like I do, where you put the position and update it throughout the race, due to the camera being inside the helmet, there's less of a field of view, so the early lap chaos, it can be very confusing as far as what position you're in. I definitely had to double check some things for all the stuff that was going on in the first few turns to at least try to get an accurate picture of where I was. But later on in the race, it's a lot easier since generally it's just that early chaos where a lot of positions can change really quickly. During the formation lap, you probably noticed me looking back up at my GoPro several times. That was just an issue related to this race. I was confused whether or not I had it on or not. I did get it on before the race started. However, what happened during the race was gradually my GoPro was sliding backwards and just tilted where it was just facing the sky, which is why I'm not showing you the GoPro footage, and instead I'm using the footage that I got from my Insta360 Go 3S. Along with that camera, I used the in-helmet POV mount that they sell on the Insta360 website. Together, that combo helps serve as a backup camera for my GoPro. The issue that I typically have with the GoPro is that it'll overheat, and when it overheats, it just stops the recording midway when I'm trying to get footage. And since I don't know when that happens, it's not like I can just turn it back on. Since the camera is inside the helmet, the microphone on it picks up anything that I say while I'm racing. For now, I'm just going to let it go all unfiltered. If it becomes an issue and people in the comments start asking for it to be censored, then I'll censor it for the next videos that I do from an in-helmet POV. But till then, I'm going to leave it all uncensored. Side note, since I do wear glasses, I did feel the camera press up against them, so that's another thing to consider if you go for this kind of camera shot. With all that being said, time to go ahead and let the video start speaking for itself.
Dumb. That means I gotta win this so that way I can actually have a reason.
Well, there's the race, and for the first time I actually get out of lights LCQ. This race, however, was not without controversy, mostly due to insane transponder issues that I'm very sure that after this weekend are going to have to be addressed with just how ridiculous they were. We had several long delays due to that. The club speed results put me at 6th instead of the 8th position I was in. The email results showed me tied for 3rd, and if you pay close attention, we didn't even have a first place. And instead of 30 drivers, only 29 got recorded. The times that got recorded for me were also wrong, so no, I was not the fastest driver for this particular race.
So these displayed times that you see right now were not the times I got during the race. I had to hand calculate my times using the frame counts from the video that I took. Thanks to those calculations, I was able to find the driver who had my times attributed to them. There was too much chaos from all these transponder issues that I ended up being classified as 4th. I did bring my misplacement to the attention of the stewards, however, just too much chaos for it to get addressed. Despite all these transponder issues, I still love the DKC rental league, still the best rental league in the DFW area. And other than that, have a great rest of your day, and as always, happy racing.